You already know King Chaos
Yo,
in the building with the homeboy King Crucial the Great.
yo,
Then we got Geechee in the comments. Early to class as usual.
okay,
This ain't gonna be no lesson. This here is more of a eye opener. We've been hearing a lot about people uh, being released from their jobs because of the juggernaut running them over, or not running them over, and so we're trying to figure out how this is being handled. I got a video from Crucial that bothered me. I'd seen a couple of little compilations of different scenarios where people were getting released from their jobs and being questioned about their ability to be professionals because of their refusal of the juggernaut. Uh,
right.
so, but before I get into that video, I'm gonna start with this little rant that I seen. Um, it's a big deal to me because it's from a nurse, and he makes a very good point about how people are acting. It's like almost they forget that they're humans. So without ado, share my screen.
Keep seeing that an unvaccinated nurse is a safety issue. Okay, that's fair. Let's talk about that for a second. You want to know if the nurse that's taking care of you is vaccinated or not. Otherwise, you don't feel comfortable with that nurse taking care of you. Okay, that's fair. We can play that game. Some of y'all really have the misconception that it's 100% about you, the patient, at all times. And unfortunately, that is not true. And we are not trained that way. Majority of the time, you, the patient, do come first. However, at such a time as in a pandemic, a pandorama, we were specifically instructed if a COVID patient begins to code, and that means die for some of you non-medical savvy people, we are not to enter the room until we are fully and completely in our PPE. Sometimes that takes 5 minutes, maybe longer. Depends how many nurses you got helping. Because it's a safety issue. Just keep in mind, brain death occurs in 3 minutes. So you better damn well hope that you got a fast-ass nurse because you all weeding them out really fucking quick. Especially the older ones that know what the fuck they're doing. You want to talk about safety risks? Imagine COVID positive patients circling the drain. Also, for you non-medically savvy people, that means about to fucking croak. Die. Real dead. Finished. And we run into those rooms. PPE if we have it. Funny, during the pandemic, we didn't have shit. And we still risked our lives to save your fucking life. Even if we knew you were still going to die, we still did it. But you don't feel comfortable with a nurse like myself risking their own life to save your life? Or how about when we were running around with not even a mask nowhere, wanting a mask in 100 miles of anywhere, cause y'all wearing 2 or 3 of them at the grocery store while people dying in the hospitals, cause y'all bitches run out and bought them all. You want to say we're selfish? That's totally fine. How about I start asking you all for your HIV cards? You want to see my vax card? I want to see your HIV card, cause we ain't got no PPE up in here.
I just want to say that right there, that hey, let me see your HIV card, that will hurt a lot of people, because a lot of people just know without evidence that they are clean and haven't taken the time to make sure that the people around them are safe, knowing that they live a life that is a little dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Just being overly promiscuous and just not properly filtering through and choosing partners that are safer for us. So, but I just wanted to touch on that real fast, because that was a heavy point that I didn't think anybody was willing to face.
And see, we taught to assess scene safety first. If they ain't no scene safety, they ain't no care going to be given. Not today, Satan. Not today. So y'all better be real careful about what type of medical standards that you're trying to push, because they're going to come back and bite you in the ass. I promise you this. Because a lot of us nurses that actually have some morality and ethics left to us, we ain't going to let you die, even at the risk of our own life. But when you run us off because you feel unsafe, even though you're surrounded in a hospital at any given time by every cockaroccus, STD, aspergillus, staphylococcus, every gonosyphilitic herpes that you could possibly think of, and that's what you're worried about? Yeah, okay. Think long and hard about the medical profession that you are trying to form, because I promise you, with what you're left with, you ain't gonna like it. Because just like they bent the rules for nurses and safety and protective equipment for us, we broke the rules for you to save your life. So you can take your hypocrisy and shove it straight up your ass. That is.
What you think?
I keep seeing that an unvaccinated.
What you think? Uh-oh. Oh, we ain't got King, but hold on. We're gonna jump to this other one then.
Oh, my bad. I had my mic muted.
What you
But
think
yeah,
about
I couldn't disagree with nothing he said. It's a very scary precedent what they starting to set when it comes to medical health and everyday life. So, like I said, it's the world has changed drastically from the 90s to the millenniums, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, so I think that this is that next stage of progress of society, what they're trying to push. You get what I'm saying? Now it's not just the things around you. Now it's actually you. You get
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a scary precedent what they starting to set, and especially making it so you have to have these things to do everyday things. This juggernaut.
Getting crazy. And we'll chat. I'm gonna run this one here. This the other thing got to me. Kind of bothered me a little bit.
Is that what you said?
No.
Eddie, you said we're terminated?
Pardon?
Did you say that we were terminated?
Your access has been denied.
Are we
And
terminated?
yes, ma'am, you are.
So you're firing us.
Effective 9/1. You are off payroll effective 9/1.
Are you firing us?
I will not answer your specific questions. I have told you what I'm going to
But I
say.
have not quit. So am I being fired?
You are being terminated.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Hey, Allie.
Hey.
So, what are you trying to do? Are
Well-
you trying to get logged on to a computer, or
I was gonna pick up some shifts and stuff. I just stopped to talk to her.
so you do not work here anymore? Sarah Beth had this conversation with you in detail. You talked to HR yesterday.
I did not quit and I was not fired. There's no other option. There are only two options. I have not quit and I have not received a termination letter.
You're gonna have to leave. We need your badge and we need you to leave.
No. Under what? On what grounds?
You do not want this to get ugly.
On what grounds do you have?
We're gonna ask that you do the right thing and you leave right now.
No, you guys chose not to do the right thing.
She said, or it's gonna get ugly. Golly. That's a threat, ain't it?
That's a straight threat, bro.
You can't say that to people on the street.
Hell no, I didn't get up out my face or shit gonna get ugly. What the fuck? What the fuck?
That's a threat
You
of
can't
bodily
say
harm.
that to the police neither.
What?
Say that shit to the police. Hey, nigga. Shit
By
gonna
not
get
giving us
ugly.
a choice.
Are you working? You're
I-
here. You're here.
I am here.
Okay.
I was not able to clock in this morning.
She didn't get the vaccine either.
And you didn't do the vaccine either?
No, sir.
Okay.
And I was not terminated. I did not quit.
You guys keep
Someone-
saying we chose, but you gave us no choice. There was no choice. You guys took it away.
No,
There,
no,
we
there was
did
a
not
choice.
we did not quit. Okay, so
There was a choice.
okay,
You
so
chose
then
not to
so
take
then
the
fire
vaccine, and you
us.
didn't.
So then fire us.
So I'm the director of security, and under my authority, I need both your ID badges.
I need
right
my
now.
termination letter.
I need your ID badges right now. This doesn't have to go this way. You can cooperate or you cannot.
You don't have any grounds to say
I do
that.
have grounds.
No, you don't.
You're videoing right now. I know
Yeah, I
that you are.
am.
She is.
I am. Because you guys have no grounds to do this. You're saying do the right thing, so you know I'm in the right.
I'm asking
You have
to
no
leave in a
legal.
professional manner.
I'm
Okay,
not
I think
though.
they have to get
I will
HR
not leave in a professional
You don't
manner.
have my permission to record. I'm requesting.
Can work through a whole pandemic with no vaccine. Brave. God will forgive me. Because I'm being forced to do this.
Why are we not talking about natural immunities?
It should not be forced upon us to either vaccinate.
Why is natural immunity not being spoken of?
It was in the beginning. When
Hey,
this whole outbreak happened.
because they didn't have
Now it
nothing else
seems
to
like the
give us.
people, it seems like now the people who they call naturally immune are the enemies of the media.
Right. It's getting out of hand. Well, it's been out of hand. It's been out now. It's just starting to bubble over the edge of the pot. You know what I mean?
But you know, man, it's like this is my thing, man. I always just look at timing, bro. And the timing of everything is just so, how could you put it? It's just so
Convenient almost.
not even convenient, like coincidental that, okay, because me, I'm looking at the players involved in this whole thing. I'm looking at the Dr. Fauci. I'm looking at the B and M hates foundation. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at all those. I'm looking at Hillary. I'm looking at the whole circle, bro. Like once you look at all the players who's involved from above viewpoint, bro, like, and you have inner, I'm not gonna say knowledge of their life, but you have a pretty good imagery of their characters and what they're willing to do to protect their circle. You get what I'm saying? Whether it's lying under oath, whether it's bending the truth, whether it's making laws in place to lock up a certain type of population, all these people who are in play with this juggernaut are in play that's been doing it for years. You got Biden with the crime bill. You get what I'm saying? So his
Yeah.
whole job was locking motherfuckers up and getting them locked up off the same grounds and the same drugs and stuff that white people were using, but they were just calling it a sickness. You get what
Man.
I'm saying?
Yeah. The
So it's
heroin
like,
epidemic showed us that too.
so okay, when you look at it from, when I say look at it from an overall above perspective, what is this juggernaut? It's a fucking drug, bro. And
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying, right? And you got to look at the people who's produced these drugs. Not only do these people who produce these drugs have the big G behind them, because the big G is dispersing it and distributing it, which is ran by the same person who was putting this crime bill into play. It's a person to say you ain't black if you don't vote for him, while Yex calling it's hot shot niggas and apex predators. So what
Man,
what motive is there?
listen, he
And
still got me messed up with the Black Americans and our only problem.
bro, it's like Fulio that this nigga even got into the office, and they're basing it off of the black fucking vote. You see And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I talk to people, every black person I've talked to, bro, feel the same way I feel. Do they think it's that we're so stupid to not realize that they're telling us that we're voting for someone that we didn't vote for?
Right.
That's
Blatant
what I'm seeing
disrespect.
at play here. I'm seeing a huge political mafia bending the rules to their will so that they can succeed and leave the rest of the world behind. That's what I'm seeing, bro. This thing opened so many eyes around the world to the point where we know, like, okay, something else is at hand here. It's more than just a health issue, like they want to call it. There's something financial, there's something political behind this thing. And that's what they're hiding from us, bro. So yeah, my bad. That had to get that out. Yeah,
Get
that it's a whole political tool, man. So yeah, I can't disagree with nothing what was in the previous video. What Buddy said.
Forced upon us to either vaccinate or lose our livelihood.
We do not consent!
Give us our right to say no.
That part. I mean, what hey, hey chaos. Hey, hey chaos.
that's all we asking
Hey,
for, right?
hey, what happened? What happened, bro? We just taking their advice. Them motherfuckers the ones told us to say no to drugs.
Right. There was a whole war on drugs, but then you turn around and
Yeah,
tell it's okay. Now you're
yeah,
telling me it's okay.
yeah.
That don't make no
Hmm.
sense. You confusing
No,
me
wait,
now.
no. Now they're blaming the generation who they taught to say no to drugs. It's crazy, dog. And like, if you can't see the game that's being played, bro, it's a reason why Trump was all beloved Americans' heroes before he got into office, and then once he got office, they hated his fucking guts because he was really that. You feel me? He was really that, and they didn't want that to
To
stop
get
what
out,
they got building.
they were mad at him when he said, "Hey, listen, we doing the Space Force.
Yeah.
It's on and popping. Space Force,
So,
guys. There's something else going on." And they were like, "Oh, dude, you weren't supposed to come and say it."
hmm
They were pissed
no, we
off,
ain't playing
bro.
no games. We ain't playing no games, and that's what
No
they
chance.
everybody wanted to be like, oh, Trump is not political. And I'm like, yo, I don't think our president that's in charge of running a country is supposed to be political. You get what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
What about
political,
for the people has anything to do with policy except for to confirm or to concrete a result?
right. So what I'm saying is
Historically, is
if
giving a protein or
Go ahead.
if you gonna sit here and say you're the president of unity yet condemn people for not doing what you're saying, you showing your horns are showing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got your swastika showing right now. You need to put that away. That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm with you wholeheartedly, man. Wholeheartedly. We're gonna I'm gonna go ahead and put this banner up real fast before I even switch this next video on because I don't want no pressure. I'm talking about no pressure. Where my thing at?
G the Baker, shout out G the Baker. Let's break these chains.
Shout out G the Baker. Shout out Geach. My only two viewers outside of Crucial the Great at the moment. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get up.
That nigga Biden ain't even a debater. That nigga's a mumbler. Like I don't know what he be talking about half the goddamn time.
Man, we not gonna
Nigga
go
jump
on
from
that.
subject to subject.
Nobody in the real world wants leadership that old.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Who really put this man in office? That's my
Man,
question of the day, bro. That's my question of the day. That's my question of the year. I stopped asking it in 2022.
and Geaches with the foolishness as usual. What about young Pharaoh getting abducted by aliens? Here it is. The foolishness has started. Geach, we're gonna stay on topic today. Today, we staying on topic. I don't care. We're gonna stay on topic. Right now, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this one later today. We're not dealing with this right now. Geach, you be wanting to start fires inside of cotton warehouses or something. I don't know what you got going on. Man, you
Yeah,
tripping.
but nah, he said that shit out of his own mouth though, bro. So, but yeah, we'll keep it about the public workers, man.
I'm
Yeechi,
about
you go to the back of the class.
to make you stand in the corner or something.
Back to the class. Back to the class, Yeechi.
Look,
You
I
raise
got
your hand next time.
one more flip.
All right.
From our medical professionals. This is for educational purposes only. This is not my opinion.
Historically is giving a protein or an antigen or a part of a pathogen and or a whole killed pathogen. Injecting a sequence of mRNA into a human being is a medical device. Historically, what we're doing right now does not fall under the definition of a vaccine. They shifted the verbiage in some of the Federal Register back in October so they could approve this. So it was a sleight of hand to change the verbiage. What we have right now is an experimental biological gene therapy immune modulatory injection. We are injecting people with a synthetic sequence of nucleic acid. We have never done this on a large scale in human history. mRNA trials in mammals have led to odd cancers. mRNA trials on mammals have led to autoimmune diseases, not right away, 6, 9, 12 months later. So this is what we're doing right now are not approved vaccines. And so everybody, how do you create demand? You create scarcity. Historically is giving a
Unmute. You gotta unmute yourself.
Listen. So I will pull him up real fast because people sleep. Now you know how they say, oh, we don't know who's who and we don't know who's verified and who's qualified.
Mm-hmm.
You see this little map over here on the right hand side?
Right.
Independent doctors.
Idaho.
Okay, now independent meaning he is not controlled by anything other than his
Nobody.
independent thoughts.
Right.
Dr. called corona's vaccines fake. Now look at this now. Standing on health board. He's polarizing the situation now. How the anti-vax doctor get on health board? Like this is amazing to me. How they are verifying even with the slight slander they are trying to shoot. They are verifying his actual like credibility.
Right. Facts, no?
Now they're saying that he missed the whole do not harm bit. But how did he miss it when he's the one saying that, hey, basically, animals are showing us with these real tests and trials that mammals are not supposed to be taking this.
And this is my whole thing, right? People losing their jobs, people losing their livelihoods. And forgive me, I'm not a medical doctor. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but there is a new variant of this thing that's attacking people, and they're getting fired for not taking an outdated vaccine, bro.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, you get the first one. It's I mean, I'm not a scientist or nothing, but in my head, it makes you more susceptible to get the new variant.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what they're
So,
saying. If you're telling me the alpha is what you have the vaccine for, and the delta is attacking people with the juggernaut, and then you turn around and say to me that it wipes out all the antibodies, the nurses have all the antibodies. They've been
right,
exposed to this situation from the beginning of it. They are the healthiest and the most resilient to the situation in my deducting of what is considered facts in this situation.
right.
Because even though I'm not a medical professional, if I hear multiple medical professionals speaking on the same topic, I become knowledgeable in that topic, right or wrong.
True enough.
So
It's like
listening
one
to
plus
these,
one always equal two. No matter who tells it to you or teach it to you, it's gonna
right,
always be correct
the truth
logically.
is a truth. There's no way to adjust truth. Like you said, a sleight of hand. What kind? How do you adjust the verbiage in a policy in order to allow something to take place that does not fit into the definition that was clearly set and agreed upon in all earlier societies? But we can't go into that because then we got to veer off. I'm trying to stay on topic. I'm trying to stay on topic. Forget it. I'm done with this topic. I'm done with it. So basically, I think I'm gonna stand strong in my own decisions, and I'm gonna continue to identify with whatever group I want to identify with, and based on all of my HIPAA laws and regulations, I'm absolutely free to identify with whichever group I feel like it.
Right.
Um,
What you
this,
said.
so this has been it's been another wonderful. Oh, you know what? Bump it. Curveball time.
All right.
I was gonna leave it alone, man, but I just can't. You know what I'm saying? Because you like a famous TikToker says, man, it's time to go goofy hunting. Man, let me tell you about um I don't even want to tell you about it. I just want to show you, man. So basically, Nori had Wallow and Gilly. He had them on his show, and I guess somebody offended Wallow or Gilly by having a story or making a movie or a character for a movie that seemed to mirror one of these guys' life. I think it was Gilly's life, who came out of prison to become a motivational speaker.
Right. Hold up, man. Hold up. I got a comment on what Gita Baker said.
Mm.
You throw that comment on the screen for me, that last comment.
Oh, that last one,
Yeah. Yeah,
or the
that one.
government, huh? This
Nah,
one.
the, nah, the other one. The very last one. Yeah, that one. So basically, you take the shot, you lose your job. Now, isn't that what's pretty much going on? Like, isn't that pretty much the outlay of a totalitarian society, bro? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, yes, Judah Baker, that's what's pretty much going on. But you got people who saw this shit coming. You got people who saw it and they were called crazy. People like Chaos, people like me, people like Geechee, who, fought and sought ways to make their living away from anybody else's standard. You get what I'm saying? Like when I started making music, bro, I didn't say, okay, I'm gonna go sign a record deal and have somebody push my music for. No, I said anything that comes around me with me making my music that I feel like I desire from it, I'll pursue it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you want to make money from your music, so I made it so I can make money from my music. But it's also in a way that I'm not in a public light. You feel me? Like no more than what I want to be. When you sign
Right.
those contracts, you have to be. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like Gita Baker said, yeah, for some people who live their life and was told to get a job, get a 9 to 5, make a living, take care of your family, yeah, those people are being affected by it right now. The traditional American family, which is crazy. But yeah, get back to these fools, Wallow and Gilly.
Yeah, man. I mean, depending on what, man, I'm with man.
Depending
This
on what,
nigga said, man.
depending
I'm
on
still
them to
focused on this.
secure constant income.
Right.
You
It's
shouldn't
about
even
income.
depend
It
on
ain't
your
about
music to
well-being.
supply you a constant income.
Has nothing to
This
do with
money's for
well-being. It
anything
has
political.
everything to do
Yeah,
with money.
politics and money, economy. Because what's the main thing they talk about when they get on the news? Economy doing this. Our economy was boom. Economy. So yeah, it's all about the money, bro. Bottom line. That's the bottom line. But yeah, get back into these goofies.
So I'm gonna. This dude here is like
I just want to see who the whole animated one, because I something telling me. All right, roll
Malco.
footage, please.
Now, for those of y'all who don't know Noriega, Gilly, and Wallow.
Hold up. That's an echo on that. Hold on.
Are on record accusing actor, writer, and director Romney Malcolm of modeling his feature film Tijuana Jackson, Purpose Over Prison.
Everybody remember who this is, right? The
Okay.
black dude on 40-year-old version in the store.
Right.
Now, this guy is a very talented actor, and you will see why in just a moment.
After Wallow's life story, they saying some really hurtful shit, and they seem certain that Romney Malcolm crafted the entire story after Wallow's life. In an attempt to get to the bottom of these harsh accusations and suss out the truth, I reached out to Romney Malcolm and asked him to come on the show. Surprisingly, he agreed. Which is a bit of do like Metamucil and
This
back
nigga
this
give
shit.
me Matt Isaac Hayes vibes.
Wallow say Romney Malcolm.
You're hilarious. But it's a character he developed. You know what I'm saying? He plays this character so well that I did not realize it was two different people.
Right.
Stole right out of Wallow's life story. You may know him from films like 40-Year-Old Virgin, Think Like a Man, and Night School, TV shows such as Weeds and A Million Little Things. Let's have a big round of applause for Romani Malco. Hey, what's up, TJ? I appreciate the introduction, and thank you for having me on the show, man. No doubt, my pleasure. Thank you for coming on. Normally, I'd have went off on these crumb suckers, but they seemed so convinced. I thought a better idea would be to check in with the man who wrote and directed the movie about my life. That's right, my life. So you seen the clip, huh? Oh yeah, I saw it eventually, and I guarantee you that by the time we get through talking, you, your supporters, all of my supporters, Gilly and Wallow's fans are gonna know for a fact that it was physically impossible for me to steal Wallow's story. Okay, you get your chance, but how you feel when you first saw that shit? Bro, I've been getting bullied and tested all my life, so this was nothing new to me. Well, how you first hear about it? When the trailer first came out, there were some people in the comments, and they were like, yo, this is Wallow's story. You stole Wallow's story. Give Wallow credit. And I was like, who the hell is Wallow? And
that's exactly what I said the first time I heard that name. Who the hell is a Wallow?
Really, I didn't really have a lot of time to deal with it at the time because I was actually in the process of promoting the movie. But also, I didn't want to go searching and figure it out because I didn't want to play into the negativity, one. And two, I didn't want my digital footprint to cross paths with his digital footprint in the event that this was going to become a legal issue. And I ain't gonna front, I was a little scared too because I was like, what if this is some Suge Knight looking dude? So did you defend yourself? Defend myself against who? The people in the comments? No, dude, I ain't got time for that. Okay, at first, no, I didn't. Why not? Because I always start on the premise of the truth will eventually come to light, and I also didn't want to trigger any more toxicity, really. Plus, I was busy promoting our movie, as you remember, and I was busy getting my girlfriend pregnant with our 6-month-old. I'm a little surprised to hear you say girlfriend. Why are you surprised? I don't get it. No reason. I just thought you was gay, but let's just stay on track. So you never responded to all the negative comments.
Can we first of all, just for those who don't know, just make a note that this is the same person on both sides of the screen.
This nigga's funny as hell,
Just to be
bro.
clear.
Oh yeah.
The nigga essentially just called himself gay to be funny, to stay in character. So I just wanted to say, because I know everybody's brain not working.
For trying to sabotage
what I'm saying, bro, is bro, like, come on, man. Good shit. Bro, look, man, what I've been talking about, bro.
Yeah, I mean that too. But we just, hold on.
No big studio movie. Ain't no studio doing a bunch of marketing. It was an independent film. We cut out the middleman, and so it was up to me to wrangle my talent to do press. And remember, it was at the height of the pandemic, so I really didn't have time to be dealing with the petty. And I usually don't indulge in comments and stuff like that anyway. But the cool thing was, folks who've been following us online for the last 10 years was all in the comments on top of folks saying, if you look at the Tijuana Jackson channel, which has been around for 10 years, and your boy just got out of prison, how in the hell is TJ copying your boy and not the other way around? Folks were defending you, bro. They were defending you. They were defending me. It was nice. And that's what really surprised me is how Noriega, Geary, and Wallow went in without doing the slightest bit of research. Like when I say slightest, all they had to do was to look up the character's YouTube channel and watch one 4-minute video. Watch one 10-year-old 4-minute video. Bam, conversation ended. There's no debate, no question. Who's been doing this life coaching shit online for what? A decade. Easy a decade. Hell, we got a 2-page write-up in the New York Times in 2012. You remember that? Yeah, I remember it. I remember that first line. I remember that first sentence. Bobby Malco was doing a live comedy show online playing Tijuana Jackson, a prison-hardened life coach. Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember when I showed it to you, you got so pissed off. Yeah, I was pissed off. I don't know why they had to put your name first when it's my show. But that's back when you used to do your courses live stream on Justin TV. Folks don't even know about Justin TV. So let's get back to Sudden D and Paper Slave, Public Enemy Number Crumbs. Hey, TJ, I'm not doing that, okay? Not doing what? The name calling, the negativity. Them dudes in that room had enough toxicity for all of us, and if you're going to feed into the negativity, I can't be a part of this interview. All right. I just wait till you're gone. So how do you claim you formulated the story for the Tijuana Jackson movie anyway? Look, for anybody listening, this is basically the story of my dad, right? When I look at you, that's what I see. I see my dad. The whole TJ swag to me is just the immaculate conception of my father. You see how, like, in the movie, when TJ comes home from prison, the first thing he does is he gets his machete and he goes with it for little Eric. You see the shortcuts that he takes in life, right? You see how big his heart is? He's flawed, but he's got this really big heart. How he tries to take care of his family? That's exactly who my dad was. Man, for a second there, I thought you was crying because you thought Gillian Wallow was going to whoop your ass. Man, when I see Gillian Wallow, when you look in the COVID, I said when I see them. I'm going to give him props because that dick holster shit made me laugh. So obviously they didn't look at the YouTube channel despite the fact that the receipts are right there. Date stamps and everything. Man, they didn't even have to go to your YouTube channel. All they had to do. Do you remember the first video of yours that got ripped? It got ripped in 2011. Where did they post it? Someone posted it on World Star and it said, man, this dude is intense. That was 2011. A World Star post. Folks were in there debating whether or not it was you or it was me. That's right. I ain't get no royalties from that shit neither. You know who did pay me good though? Who? I think it was in 2013. We did a deal with them Loud Advice dudes. Them white boys hooked us up. Well, since we doing shout outs, you know who else hooked us up is HBO and Funny or Die. That was like in 2012, right? Oh, that's right. My TV debut, Life Coach with a Goon Hand. Look, man, fuck all this memory lane shit. You said you eventually started to say something back to these cops. You know, they can't gas like a brother to run on diesel. Man, I ain't saying none of them brothers, dude. I just wanted my supporters to know what the truth was. That's all. One thing I learned from you, TJ, is that people get too comfortable with their faults and shortcomings. That's why no one ever admits to making mistakes. That's why grown men to this day struggle to apologize. People don't realize it. But in order to spread toxicity, your brain and body first has to create those chemicals. And as far as people throwing shade in the comments, even when presented with the facts, it's not going to change their minds. So indulging them is a waste of time. But I admit it, I got baited and I eventually started responding to folks and I was like, yo, y'all got this twisted. I do not even know who Wallow is because at the time I didn't, right? And I was like, y'all keep pushing this issue. Y'all gonna turn this into a legal matter. They were downvoting my movie wherever they could because their goal was to ruin the credibility of our movie. So I wasn't gonna let them hijack our movie. I had to defend that. At this point, you were seeing the video with Noriega, Gillian and them accusing you of stealing Wallow's life story, calling you out your name. No, honestly, at that point, I hadn't seen the video. It wasn't until 10 months after the fact that I saw the video. But that's what kind of got me worked up, is seeing drunk people who know absolutely nothing about me spit so much violent hate. I was like, damn, one YouTube search would have squashed that whole misunderstanding. So what'd you do? I sent it to all my homies. I sent it to most of the producers I knew. I sent it to most of the directors that I knew because a lot of them were the ones who helped me figure out how to connect the dots to direct my own movie to begin with. What'd your homies say? It was a mixed bag because most of them had never really heard of Gillian Wallow, and those who did didn't really have great things to say about him. What do you mean? Like I said, TJ, I'm not gonna get into the negativity of it, but what a lot of them told me to do was just ignore it. Do not reply. But what did Hollywood say, and why you even send it to your producer? Well, first of all, you got to remember the Will Packer Productions are the executive producers on our movie, so I had to check in with them. I've been talking to them about making this movie since the first Think Like a Man. They didn't know who Gillian Wallow was neither. In fact, none of the producers that I sent it to knew who Gillian Wallow was, and they were all saying the same thing. Just ignore that shit. Please don't feed into that drama. What your attorney said? At first, I thought they were good dudes because I saw that they were doing a lot of cool stuff for the community, so I didn't really try to make it into a legal issue. I didn't reach out to an attorney. So when did Wallow get out of prison anyway? Well, that's the $1 million question.
That's fucking hilarious, yo.
I tell you, bro. Listen, bro. I seen this and it hurt my feelings a little bit because, I mean, it just did.
Man, listen.
And here comes $1 million worth of shame.
Go to paperwork.
Wallace Peoples, aka Wallow267, finished his 20-year bid in the state of Pennsylvania, February 17th of 2017. Wait. Dude just got out the joint February 17th of 2017? Yes, that's what I'm saying. When the hell did we film the movie? Why you acting like you don't know? March of 2017, we were filming our movie. February of 2017, we already cast our main cast. We needed one final main cast character, and that was going to be played by Tammy Roman. By this point, I had already gotten the investors' money. I had already did all the crowdfunding money. And just for the record, I actually gave the investors the script. They read it, and then they sat on it. They go like all the different drafts. You can see how Google just puts like a timestamp on each email, but these are all the different drafts that I was sending out to my producers. Between 2010 and 2017, I'd probably written about 60 drafts of this movie. So now the investors had the script, and they weren't really moving on it. And I was living in Puerto Rico at the time, but I knew that I had to do something to incentivize my investors to commit. So I started a crowdfunding campaign to raise some money for the movie and to prove to my investors that Tijuana Jackson actually had a built-in audience, people that would be really interested in seeing this movie. Here, you can see it right here on Indiegogo. I raised over $200,000 by October of 2016. And that is exactly when my investors were like, yo, I'm in. Now, keep in mind, this is 4 to 5 months before Wallow had even gotten out of prison. We also had to file an LLC for the movie. Here's a list of all the payments paid to the attorney to negotiate the deal between me and the investors. So like I said, in February of 2017, before Wallow had even gotten out of prison, I had already cast our movie. You can't cast a movie without a script. Ain't no actor, especially Regina Hall, especially Tammy Roman, especially Elkoya Brunson, especially Vajolin Odom. These are working actors who are busy. They ain't agreeing to be in no movie that ain't got no script. And look at this, February of 2017, the day before Wallow walks out of prison, we were already having our first production meeting with the crew that we had hired. Wardrobe, camera crew, grips, lighting, etc. Here's the email I got from my line producer the day before the shoot. This is the email. Look at the date on the email, March 20th of 2017. How do I steal someone's life story when their life really is only outside of prison?
Now wait up, if Lena walked out of the prison February 2017 after a 20-year bid, that means he's still in the halfway house when we was filming the fucking movie. This shit's stupid.
That's what I'm saying. It almost seems like you know, but you don't want to really acknowledge.
Man, there's got to be some legal ramification for this shit. If you have already hit the subscribe button, I thank you profusely. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, you probably one of them haters trying to copy my delivery, then say I stole your life story, huh? Especially if you just finished 20 years in 2017. I was casting my movie February of 2017 and shooting my movie in March of 2017. What did you do in that month? So fresh out the joint, you still pulling the stitches out your shit cannon, huh? Tag a hater for me. You might win one of these Academy t-shirts. These bulimic bullies can't stand to see folks eat. If you knew all this shit, why you ain't say something sooner?
Because when I started researching them, I was like, oh, these are actually really good dudes. They're trying to keep these kids off the streets. They just misspoke.
They what? That's ironic.
Ironic, why?
They trying to get kids out these streets? That's weird, because after the murder of George Floyd, people took to the streets, tired of these cops pulling up with these preconceived notions of black men based on skin color and persecuting black men without even taking a minute to hear their side of the story or be represented fairly in the court of law. And here we is, a room full of black men who claim to be helping keep kids off the streets, persecuting a black man publicly, berating a black man publicly, sent the hood to berate that black man publicly, never considering the sacrifices that black man made to get to where he is, never considering the danger they were putting his family in, never considering that they were taking food out of his children's mouths, when all of it could have been clarified with a simple YouTube search. That's exactly how white supremacists been doing black men since they set foot on this continent. And now I'm hearing that they trying to help keep black men off the street. How? By instigating violence and My boy over at Boxing Science 2.0 told me jealousy is corrupt admiration. If you ask me, these dudes seem to feed off of one another's negativity. Folks like to seek predictable ego feedback that'll go deep like emo and help a Negro feed folks. I also sense a little desperation, maybe a little too overzealous for the limelight. You know how folks start out helping Negroes get some hood fame and get caught up in their egos.
The one thing that kind of got under my skin is that their fans are actually in the comments of that very video where they're talking all that smack. Their fans are in the comments saying, yo, you out of pocket. This dude been doing this character forever. All you got to do is look up his YouTube channel. You way out of pocket. You crazy. Y'all testing positive for bullshit right now. You got to do your research. So I'm assuming that by now they have figured it out. It's been damn near a year, and not one brother, not Gilly, not Wallow, not Noriega, none of them have reached out and said, hey, yo, we misspoke. We kind of did you dirty on Noriega's show. Nothing. They just left it there like that. So I'm sitting here like, well, wait a minute. That seems a little malicious. These brothers ain't doing, oh man, dude, sorry. My little man just woke up. Oh hell, my little man just woke up. All right, so I gotta go.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing all them documents and timestamps with us. It really helped clarify that this dude Wallow was still in the halfway house while we was filming the damn movie. Take it easy, Wody. Appreciate you.
Hey man, I appreciate you too, bruh. You understand?
Look, if these dudes was really about the people, they'd have reached out to Romani for facts and then went from there. Nope. Instead, they did exactly what law enforcement, judicial system have always done to black men. They tried to dehumanize and disenfranchise an ambitious, peaceful brother, family man, and showed absolutely no remorse in the process. Damn near a year after the fact, they have never once made a mention to their audience that they may have been wrong, that they may have been mistaken. That's tyranny. And the truth is that even with the facts presented, there are some people that will only believe what best serves their appetite for negativity. Bars. That's what negative hurt men do, and it's a lot of hurt folks out there. You can bullshit your fans, but you can't bullshit your demons. It's not just who you are that holds you back, it's how you are that holds you back. Bars. That level of ignorance and anger will eat you from the inside out. But it's some dudes looking to these dudes as leaders, as mentors, and there's a responsibility that comes with that. There was an ample opportunity to set the example and handle it like men. Demonstrate to young brothers how to acknowledge your mistakes. Missed opportunity if you ask me. But I don't know if these dudes have the capacity to admit their mistakes. I always tell folks, a monkey never sees his own tail. Don't be a fucking monkey. Hey, Noriega, you lost a fan, Wody. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tijuana Jackson. I'm a life coach with a goon hand. I'm also the founder of the Tijuana Jackson Academy. If you are interested in seeing the movie Tijuana Jackson Purpose Over Prison, which is about my life, all you got to do is go to TijuanaJackson.com and click watch the movie. Hey, man, I want
Man, so that's basically it's everything on the nutshell. That is the problem I have with society, the problem that I have with us as black men, problem I have with law enforcement, all wrapped up in one video.
No, it's definitely entertaining and informative at the same time. Shouts out to Romani. That was definitely a dope video.
He on point, man. Listen, I don't like rapper beef, celebrity beef. I don't like entertainer personal lives at all. Like that's not what I do. I don't deal with it. But that right there, like he said, it was a missed opportunity. That was a perfect chance for him, for Noriega, Gilly, and Wallow to reach out and say, "Yo, listen, we fucked up."
Mm-hmm.
And if a leader cannot admit wrong, they do not deserve to be leaders. Our government leadership cannot admit when they're wrong. We have a can't remember his rank, but there is a believe he's a Marine, but there's a military officer suing the big general because of the he's pressing charges on the big general because he said it was his failure in his position that allowed that attacking for those 13 lives to be lost of those Marines with the evacuation of Afghanistan. You know what I'm saying? And so instead of them going, hey, okay, so you know what, he might be right, let's go ahead and add to this, he is being attacked to where even the legal assistance and legal resources in the military have advised him to pipe down so that he doesn't receive repercussions outside of the standard military procedures. They're warning him that he could be putting himself in danger for speaking out against such a high-ranked officer.
Right.
It just adds on to the bullshit.
But I want to touch on the whole Wallow Gilly situation because you wouldn't let me get it out. But these dudes are fighting over a character, bro. And it's a reason why I feel Wallow and Gilly got so personal. Whether they were drunk or not, it hit a nerve in them because what if what Romani said was true? But if they based Wallow whole character off of what Romani been doing, what would that make Wallow? Who would that make Wallow? You get what I'm saying?
Nobody.
Right. Just a nigga that got out of prison and it will make him an agent, a plant, someone with a battery pack. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because $1 million worth of game, not saying the shit popped up overnight, but shit, it popped up when Wallow got out. You get what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to knock nothing what they doing. Shout out to them brothers, but I'm just saying like it's like it's
It's
stories
embarrassing.
mesh. Stories mesh, man. Sometimes a person could be talking about they self, and I'd be like, damn, this motherfucker talking about me. You get what
Right.
I'm saying? So it's like X amount billion of us on the motherfucking planet, and at some point in time, some of those stories are gonna be so similar to where you think they're your own. And this one was just more so on a public stage. And I
Right.
feel like Romani is definitely correct. There is an apology in order, or at least my bad. Like what the fuck? You do some shit like that. Like I haven't watched the video yet, but you know what
Gilly
I'm
said he
saying?
wasn't in the video. Gilly said he not drunk or high or nothing. He's sober, right? But that I don't know because that was a part of Noriega's birthday celebration episodes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how much of that I believe.
I don't know. But my whole thing is it only mess with people who really take them guys serious. Me personally, I don't take Wallow and Gilly serious. I mean, yeah, they're popping. They got a nice podcast, but I see that neither one of them are using their real names. Those are red flags to me now. Ever since this whole brother polite, I don't trust nobody who don't really not say use their name on Front Street, but I just accept what you provide and what you do with that name. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, he told me money ain't nothing, but it's what you do with it. It's everything.
For real. And just like you were saying, man, a lot of stories mesh. There's a lot of there are a couple Kevin Gates songs where he'll rap in a verse and it will almost feel like the way he played the verse out played out a section of my life. But it's only because we had similar lifestyles at some point in our lives to where the line basically is saying, he's going over some stuff, and the last thing he says is, and when my dog was alive, we never went without talking. Like everything he said, the freaking 6 bars before he said that line seemed to mesh perfectly with my 2019. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
was crazy. So you don't see, I'm not out here trying to sue Kevin Gates, talking about he stole a story out of my life and put it in the song.
What you do, man? You salute the brother, man. You see that nigga look like you. You see that nigga come from the same background as you. That nigga got literally the same. So salute that man. Salute that man and apologize and keep it moving forward. That's how we stay strong. That's how we move as a unit, and that's how we become one. But them niggas, they want to be better than you, bro. I get that whole vibe. They want to be better than you, dog. They want to be up here to you. You know what I'm saying? They want to be over. You can be right here, but we gotta be up here. You feel me? And it's like, man, that's goofy shit, dog. But
Over
yeah,
a movie.
that's my whole take on that, bro. And I'm gonna check that shit out. That shit definitely look interesting. Tijuana Jackson.
Oh yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't even I seen it a little while back, and it like fell off my radar. You know what I'm saying? Once you watch something, you don't. I don't be rewatching a whole lot of stuff. I'm trying to find new info, new truths all the time, so I don't really rewatch a lot of stuff. But I do remember that character, bro. And so when I seen the episode, because I was trying to get Nori a chance because I wasn't watching. That was the first episode I tried to watch from Nori, and that's the craziest thing that it ended up being a complete slander show. And so when I seen the episode, then I went and found the video I played, and it's like, oh, okay, now I'm revisiting this. Now I'd rather watch this and laugh than to listen to you niggas sound like high school
Haters
females.
all day. Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
On that oil.
Yeah. So, but that was my curveball. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping about nothing too much today. The nurse thing kind of bothered me, and the Nori thing kind of bothered me. But I'm right now in my search and my development of my understanding of um
Crypto.
yeah, cryptos and all that, the NFT sector, and trying to figure out how I'm gonna get in. So I just been doing a lot of studying.
I feel
Yeah.
that.
Appreciate the combination of the two. Appreciate you showing some love on the channel. We try and build up this little following. I had to get on here and run my mouth.
Oh yeah, we gotta at least get you to at least about 100 followers. I'm gonna start posting when I come on your platform. Hopefully, bring some followers over here and shit. You feel me? And that's how we'll get this thing going.
For sure. But don't forget credit repair, timemanagement.com, the official kingcrucial.com for all our apparel and the King Tables podcast, all the episodes, all the extra content, all the shirts, all the hats, PSA. That's a Parallel Society Apparel. You got the
Yes, sir.
loveyourself.com for your business services and your life coachings. And that, like Crucial always say, think with greatness.
Think with greatness.
I'm about to do my little